What's up, everyone? A little bit of a recap. I got a job, sorta, so I've been really kind of busy. Another thing too is I've been trying to actually work and save up enough money to go to the local wrestling school, which is kind of expensive. But I'm kind of like on the show. Like I'm like the job that I have right now is not really giving me enough money to do that, at least not yet, but I am investing in it. And also I figure, hey, I'm in Georgia. I just recently learned that AEW has a wrestling school in the works. If I'm shiny right now, I don't know why I'm so shiny. They have a wrestling school in the works, and I am all 100% down for that. I just want to, I don't care what wrestling school I go to. I just want to wrestle again. And I know that All Elite is going to be expensive just because everything is expensive, just naturally. So here's the hoping that things actually go up now that I am staking my claim that I want to do the wrestling thing again. Okay. Also, I want to just go ahead and take this time to point out, so I got a little bit of feedback from my Dave Meltzer video, basically talking about how I don't care about his viewpoint, and I'm sticking to it. Look, Dave Meltzer is proof that wrestling fans can get wrestling fans, and that's cool, that's fine. But I never understood this idea that I never understood this idea that we're supposed to put wrestling fans on a ridiculously high pedestal. It's one thing to say that a wrestling fan is good for business, but at the end of the day, there's a bit of an entitlement there, and I don't agree with the entitlement. You can like wrestling, you can want stuff in wrestling, but you don't get to say, hey, this thing that I want in professional wrestling is the right thing. And I think that's that's just bad. Every wrestler, every wrestling fan, every wrestling personnel or person involved in wrestling has a viewpoint, and it's not going to always be 1,000,000% correct. Sometimes some of your takes are going to be kind of dumb, and if they're not dumb, then you don't get to be mad at somebody for thinking that your take is dumb. I said this before in my Booker T is quite possibly one of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever put on boots. Hell, once I go back to reality of wrestling, Booker T is back to being my boss again. So I'm gonna always respect him, but I disagree with his viewpoints on a lot of things. And he's he's done it. He's been in the business. He's a Grand Slammer. He's a multi-time world champion. He has won. I want to say he's won a title in every company he's been involved with. So the way I see it is, but I don't have to agree with everything he says. Because I have my own brain. I have my own way of thinking. I have my own brain. I have my own way of thinking. I'm not about to, I'm not saying this to say that, I'm being, fans are being manipulated to think a certain way. But what I'm saying is that, if somebody has a different take on something, you shouldn't assume that somebody else can just tell you what to think and how to think and what to say and things like that. I'm steering off here. I'm steering off. But yeah, I felt the need to double down on that because a lot of wrestling fans out there, like I say, it's one thing to want something, but it's you're not a booker, you're not involved in professional wrestling in any way aside from watching. And that's something that should be taken into account. It's I like wrestling. I like wrestling enough to want to be a part of it. I like wrestling enough to go backyard wrestling when I was a kid. I like wrestling enough to want to go train for it now at the age of 32. Yes, I am old. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say, oh, wrestling needs to be this, or wrestling is dying, or WWE is trash now, or any crap like that, because that's stupid. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm not saying this to stifle any fans' viewpoints on anything, but shut the hell up. For real. If you're not booking your own company or writing for your own thing or being involved in wrestling in some kind of way, then you're just screaming from the sidelines. And it's easy to do that when you're not involved in the product. Shout out to Reality of Wrestling. I'm working out, so I'm going to try my best to get back in that one day. All right, love and peace. Y'all have a good one.